Hey guys, and welcome back to Freakshow's Forgotten Films. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I enjoyed my weekend myself. Just did a little bit of relaxing, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of balance. But let's get into it. We all know what time it is. It's time to rattle the bones. And see what we're going to watch today. Good Lord, let it be better than last time. Alright, so I have a paper. It's always hard to get back in. There's so many papers in here. It'll... Okay, I'll deal with that after. It is not cooperating. Okay. So we're gonna watch Maniac today. And I do assume that that's the original Maniac, not the remake with Elijah Wood. Because I've seen that one. So I'm assuming it's the original Maniac. But we're going to find out. Let's dig it out and see what it is. Okay, I've located the movie, and I'm wrong on both counts. It is on this 10 original cult classics right here. It's the same one, actually, that White Zombie was on, the very first one I did. And it has nothing to do with mannequins or scalping or Elijah Wood. This is a mad scientist movie by the looks of it, so this should be interesting. And it's only 51 minutes long, so I'll see you in 51 minutes. Well, that was a delightful 51 minutes. I'm not saying this is a good movie by any stretch, but it was definitely fun to watch. Okay, so I have notes, because a lot happened in the last hour. But I'm going to get the ratings out of the way right now. IMDb gave it a 3.7. Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter gave it an 89, but the audience score was 31%, that is. I'm giving it a 5. A solid 5 out of 10. It was enough to keep your attention, but in the wrong way, okay? Let me explain. Okay. So for the premise, I'm so sorry I keep shaking that. For the premise, you have this ex-vaudeville man. He's like a master of disguise type thing. He done impressions. He somehow found himself as the assistant to a mad scientist. I don't question why. These two men are the most delightfully overacting people I've ever seen. This was amazingly fun. Everybody in this movie overacts. And then there's cats for some reason. There's this guy next door who breeds cats for fur, and his theory is that rats will feed off raw meat. So he has a self-sustaining cat farm where the cats eat the rats, and then he skins the cats for their fur. Yeah. And then the rats eat the carcasses, and then the cats eat the rats. So, okay. I don't know why this is important, but it's there. And it's a reason why there's so many cats in this movie. There are a lot of cats in this movie. So, the mad scientist, back to him. He brings people back to life, because apparently that's what they do back in the 30s. This was 1934, by the way. That's what they do in the 30s. They bring people back to life. Every mad scientist is a Dr. Frankenstein. So, he needs bodies. He sends this assistant out to get bodies. They bring back a woman first, and bring her back to life. She's not really that important to the plot. She's pretty. But he wants a body that has a destroyed heart, because he has this heart that he animated himself that he wants to put in a body. So he sends the assistant out to get a body. He fails. Comes back. He tries to get the assistant to kill himself. This is the vaudeville guy. The assistant is the vaudeville guy. He tries to get the assistant to kill himself. Instead, the assistant kills the scientist and takes on his identity. You still with me? But the scientist is also the town doctor. So immediately after killing the scientist, and this woman comes in, and her husband, I'm thinking, is completely insane and thinks he's some kind of killer or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, he takes on the identity of the scientist, the doctor, Comes out. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna inject him with this thing. It'll cure him right up. It's supposedly water because it's like, oh, water won't hurt him. A fun fact, water will hurt you. It will fuck up your red blood cells. Don't inject water into yourself. Saline is pretty harmless, but just straight tap water, don't do that. But instead, he picks up this syringe. Okay, so the water syringe is like a syringe. This other syringe that he mistakes for the water is like this giant two-hander motherfucker. Sorry about the bad words. This is labeled super adrenaline. That's fun. So that's what he injects the guy with. The guy goes completely mental. Now, I'm pretty sure the super adrenaline is what they use to bring people back from the dead, obviously. So, it's so much fun. There's so much happens. This guy goes completely mental, attacks both of them, discovers the body of the actual scientist, and, well, his wife does. This guy's just gone completely crazy. During all this scene, the lady that they brought back, the beautiful woman or whatever they brought back from the beginning, she finally wakes up fully, sort of, and kind of saunters out into the whole scene, and crazy man grabs her and takes off with her, and it's so funny because when he picks her up, she goes off the stage like this. He's like kind of freaking in his arms, and she's just like, it's great. He goes off, kills her again. This is important, somehow. I guess that's what brings the cops back by later. Maybe that's what... I don't think anything is important in this movie. This movie's tagline should be, Meanwhile. Meanwhile, the vaudeville guy, the assistant, that's what I'm calling these people, because I didn't catch their names. I think the doctor's name is... Nope. I think the assistant's guy's name is something Marshall. But I'm just going to call him the assistant. Apparently he has a wife. Now, this is not mentioned, really, until now. And she finds out that he's just inherited a lot of money, and he doesn't know this yet. So, she's all like, hey, I'm gonna go find my husband, because, I apparently have one. So she goes and finds him, locates him, is like, hey, you just inherited... finds the doctor, because, she doesn't recognize her own husband dressed up as the doctor. It's like, yeah, he just inherited all this money, but please, let me tell him. And he's like, okay, well, you come back, and he'll be here. Okay. Anyway, he thinks, all this time, he's going completely insane. He's going crazy, just more and more crazy. He thinks that if he sees a reflection in your eye, there's a gleam in your eye, and that means that you're going to kill someone. Like, you're going to kill him. Oh, wait, I missed the part. Before she shows up, he decides he's going to bring back the doctor by putting the heart in him, right? But this all gets thwarted when the cat, because the cat's important. There's this black cat that actually lives in the office, in the lab, whatever it is, doctor's office, lab, I don't know what it is. There's a black cat that lives there. All it does is hiss. You just keep showing this cat. It's like, okay. It, for some reason, breaks the jar and steals the heart. Okay. And he catches the cat and squeezes its eye out of its head for some reason, which was a pretty cool effect that I think I've read just a little bit on it on IMDb. It was a real cat that actually didn't have an eye, had a glass eye, and that's what they did. He pulled the glass eye. That's why it looks so real. That's fine. No cats were harmed. I'm sure lots of cats were harmed. It's the 30s. Nobody cared about this stuff. The poor cats. A lot of them just spend time fighting. Just cats fighting. Which kind of comes back to play because he gets the wife of the man that he made go insane to try and help him kill his own wife because she had the gleam in her eye. So he's like, she's gonna kill me for my inheritance as soon as she realizes it's me, not the doctor. So like, okay. So he gets the wife of the patient to help him try to kill his wife. In the meantime, he tells his wife that the wife of the patient is crazy, so she has to help him subdue that person. He gives them both a needle with drugs in it, puts them in the basement, locks them up together, and they start fighting. Just like the cats. Just cat fight. Meanwhile, the cops show up. Just everything goes nuts. Everyone just starts fighting. And he gets arrested and put in jail. That's the premise. Did that make sense? No? You still with me? No? No, me neither. But I enjoyed the fuck out of it. The overacting gets me. I love it when they overact. This is why I'm such a big Bruce Campbell fan. Because he just hams it up. And this movie is pure ham. And I kind of like it. It's not a good movie, but it's a movie that you watch for the sake of it being kind of nuts, and not for the sake of being a quality movie. But yeah, if you like black and white movies that are it kind of got an Abbott and Costello vibe to it, but not straight up comedy like that. Maybe like a Mel Brooks too. Like it's almost a parody. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a parody. I don't know. It's the 30s. Things are weird. I don't know. But if you like that kind of stuff, I recommend looking it up. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like I say, it's not that bad. I enjoyed it. It kept my attention. It's an hour long. Not even. Yeah, why not? So anyway, that's it for this video. I'm gonna take off, and I hope you'll all join me in the next Freakshow's Forgotten Films, which will be, I'm thinking, Wednesday. I might shake it up a little bit soon. I got a few other things in the works, so maybe not every episode is going to be Freakshow's Forgotten Films. There may be new things. New. So keep an eye out, if anybody's there. If not, I'm talking to myself, but I get to talk about movies, so I am happy. So I'll see you all next time, and bye!